Hey, I'm Kathleen Jasper, and today I'm going to show you a really easy word wall activity you can do with your students. And I have a template that you can download so you don't have to do any work. Let's get started. All right, so this activity is amazing for reading teachers and English teachers, but it's also great for content area teachers, specifically science and social studies teachers. So an interactive word wall is a bulletin board or a section in your classroom where there are words and students can come up and grab a word. Interactive means that it's not static, it's not glued to the wall or stapled. They can actually come up and grab a word. So mine used to look like this. I would just have pieces of paper with the word on it, and then on the back, I would have the definition. It was basically a PowerPoint presentation like this, with the word bold here in big font, and then the definition flipped upside down so that when I fold it, the word is right side up when the students grab the word. And then on a bulletin board in my classroom, I would have, 12 or 15 or 20 of these words all tacked to the board, right? Now, I was high school, so I just used paper and tacks. If you're an elementary school teacher and you like to laminate everything and you like those little Velcro thingies and you want it all nice and pretty, because I know how my elementary school teachers are, you can do that as well. But it is as simple as just printing out a PowerPoint presentation and folding this. And again, I have a template for you. I'm also going to show you how to use ChatGPT so you don't even have to input it. I'm going to give you that at the end. But let me just talk about what the word wall activity actually is. So you have these words on a bulletin board. Remember, they can be removed and picked up. And you have students come to the board and grab words based on the activity. So for example, let's say that we are doing an activity on DNA, right? And it's the unit on DNA. And I have all the different words on the wall. I have deoxyribonucleic acid. I have nitrogen base, phosphorus. I have all the nucleotides up there. I have mRNA, whatever. I have all the technical words up on the board, right? And so I might need to model this activity before we do it together, right? So I'm going to show the students, hey, everybody, I have a new word wall activity. I'm going to start and I'm going to show you how I want us to do this activity. So I might say to myself, I want you to go up to the board and grab a word that has to do with DNA replication. And maybe I go up and I grab the word double helix, okay? And then I sit down at my seat and the teacher says, Kathleen, why did you choose the word double helix? And I would say, well, the double helix, the way it's structured, it actually unzips totally and allows new nucleotides to come in. And then we have two new double helixes, which is DNA replication. Notice that I had to explain my choice of choosing the double helix. And that is where the critical thinking comes in, because defending my choice is where I have to explain why the double helix is part of DNA replication. And of course, that can be done for a number of words on the wall, right? And so I model that for my students. So then I might say, all right, Jose, your turn. I want you to come up and grab a word that has to do with DNA replication. He grabs one. I say, Sarah, you grab one. Phil, you grab one. And they all come up and they grab a word, right? And they sit down. And I might say, okay, Jose, tell me why you grabbed that word. Sarah, why did you grab this word? And now we're in a discussion. And now we've used the interactive word wall to talk about the vocab. They're out of their seats, they're working, whatever. Another way you could do it is you could have students in groups and you could have one representative from each group come up and grab a word. And maybe you have a set of guiding questions that you want students to answer based on their word. Okay. You could also have students come up, one from each group, and grab 3, 4, 5 words. And you can have students then sort the words and then defend why they sorted them a certain way. The sky's the limit with an interactive word wall. I highly recommend you do it. And again, you can change it out for certain units in your classroom very easily by using my method of either Google Slides or PowerPoint, and it'll make this for you. And I have all that linked up in the description below. But let me show you how to use ChatGPT to make this even easier on you. All right. So the first thing I did was I asked ChatGPT, can you please provide me with 3 interactive word wall activities for my 6th grade social studies class, right? Pretty vague. ChatGPT will need a standard or a unit or some sort of information to come up with the words, but I just wanted some activities. So we've got a vocabulary scavenger hunt. I might want to implement, this there. We've got a word wall debate. We've got vocabulary Pictionary charades, fun activities students can do with the word wall. You might want to explain to it as well. Hey, it's about 20 words attached to a bulletin board that students can take off. And I need some activities. All right. So maybe beyond what I told you today in my video, you want to ask ChatGPT this. You might say, I like this vocabulary Pictionary. Can you make sure it does X, Y, and Z and then have ChatGPT tweak it? That's a really good way to use ChatGPT. Don't tweak it yourself. Ask ChatGPT to tweak it because you're training your chatbot when you do that. Okay. Then it said to me, do you want some printable templates? It does this a lot. And I said, yes, please. And then it gave me these printable templates. Now, I will tell you, these printable templates were not good. They were just Excel spreadsheets with just like titles in the different columns. I didn't like them at all. Okay. So then I said, all right, can you provide me a list of 20 words and definitions I can use to make a word wall in my classroom? And then I put, here's the standard. And I grabbed a Florida standard because I'm in Florida for social studies. And I chose this one, the Spanish-American War in Florida. Okay. So I then asked it to do that. And it said, here are 20 words. And it gave me the words. Now, you might already have the words from your textbook. You might have them in a PDF. A lot of times your textbooks come with teacher PDF downloads. You can actually attach, you can see here this little plus button. You can upload a PDF file to ChatGPT. It can even give you activities around those words, everything. So it gave me 20 words. I've got people and places, military terms and events, and Florida's role and impact, and then some general terms here. This is great. All right. So now what I almost did was I was going to take each word, copy and paste, and let me show you my template. Here is my template on Google Sheets. Now, I'm going to give you access to this, don't worry. So what I was going to do was take the word, paste it into here, grab the definition, and paste it into here. And that would be fine because, it's not going to take me that long with 20 words. It'd probably take me 15 minutes or so. Then print and then fold. But I thought, you know what? I'm a teacher. I don't have time. Let's see if ChatGPT will make me a PowerPoint and do it for me so I don't have to do it. And so this is what I did. So first I said, can you please put these words in the word wall template I have provided? And I gave it a Google Docs. I gave it this Google Docs link right here. And it said, hey, I don't have access to that, but I can create a downloadable PowerPoint. All right. So when I downloaded the PowerPoint, it wasn't good. Let me show you what it looked like. It looked like this. This is more work for me. Okay. So I could have given up there and said, you know what, forget it. I'll just do the copy paste thing. But I caution you when using ChatGPT, don't do the work for ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT what you want because then you'll train it. So next time you want to do a word wall, it'll know what to do. So then I said, the template is formatted incorrectly. Can you adjust it to look like this? And I uploaded a good one in a PowerPoint form because it said it didn't have access to Google Slides. So I did one slide that looked like this. And I uploaded this. I saved it as sample word wall. And I uploaded this to ChatGPT. And as you can see, it's right here. And it says, I see the template uses blah, blah, blah. And it said, okay. And then it gave me this PowerPoint, which was much better. I know that it's still kind of messed up, but something is going on here with the formatting. All you have to do is grab that and it goes in. So I was good with this because I don't want to keep asking ChatGPT. I'm busy. I got to go. And so here's what you can do in this situation. All right. So now I can adjust it sort of the way I want. Also say to ChatGPT, can you make it 60 font? Can you bold it? Can you make it not Calibri? I hate Calibri body. It's like my worst font. I just don't like it. I like Arial. I'm sort of a plain Jane. You might say, can you make it Arial? Whatever you want. Or can you make these all capital letters? You could ask it to adjust it and it will do that. For now, I'm pretty good with this. I want it to look like this. So let me see if I can ask it to do the vocabulary word in Arial 60 and the definition part in Arial 24. Let's see if it will do that. All right, I'm going to say, this is great. Can you make one more adjustment? Please make the word in Arial 70, let's just say, or let's go 60 just in case it's a big word, 60 bold, and the definition in Arial 24. Attached is an example. And then, let me switch adjustment here. And then I uploaded the sample with the adjustment. So can you make one more adjustment? Please make the word in Arial 60 and then the definition in 24. Let's see if it does it. And it did it. Now you're going to say, well, it's all off the page. I found that if you just click on this and just pull that over, it all goes inside. So something is happening with the ChatGPT to the actual PowerPoint, but look what it did. It did what I said. And that's why I say, and I just have to pull it over slightly and it's all good. You know what I mean? Just do that a couple times. Think about the time it saved me. You can ask it to make it bigger. You can make it, 100 font or whatever. Maybe this is a little too small, but just ask ChatGPT to do this for you. And then I like to give it a thumbs up because I just trained my bot. This is perfect. Thank you. Now, what I can do is save this chat. Now you can see over here, this chat has been saved to interactive word wall activities. Now, next time I can just go to this one here. You can also save it as a project. You could save it as a word walls as a project and put it in there. Now I can say, can you make me another word wall like the final draft here for this standard? Or maybe you have a PDF with the words already done, whatever, and upload it and hit enter, and it's going to give you the same thing. So word wall activity is awesome. Pair that with Google Slides and a template. That's awesome. Pair that with ChatGPT PowerPoint. That's even more awesome because the workload just got reduced. Remember, we have AI. We need to use it. So use this, and I have more AI tips for you all over my YouTube channel. So make sure you check those out and do this word wall activity. Thank you so much for watching today. Let me know if you have any questions, and be sure to download the template in the description below and use that ChatGPT to help you with this activity. Have a great day.